Alright, welcome back. Now we're going to be looking at how to determine the scale distance. The scale distance is when we have the actual distance and we divide it by our scale factor. Once we do that, we end up with our scaled amount, or what it would look like if we had a map instead of a one-to-one representation of a actual landmass. So in a street map, the scale is 1 to 50,000. That means one unit of whatever is scaled up 50,000 times, or represents 50,000 times what the initial scale is. So if we have 1 centimeter, then the actual map will be showing 1 centimeter on the map being 50,000 centimeters in real life. So let's get started with 3A. So the first thing to remember is we are doing the opposite with scale distance. We are dividing, we are making it smaller. And the other thing to recommend to look at is we are being asked to put it in centimeters first. So take your 400 meters and immediately convert it to centimeters by recognizing that there are 100 centimeters in every meter. So this will be 400 times 100, which is 40,000 centimeters. Now, all we have to do is take this number and divide it by 50,000. Alright, with fractions, we can do the same thing as equivalent ratios. We can cancel things out, right? We can get rid of exactly the same amount of zeros on the top as we have on the bottom. All this is doing is recognizing that if we divide by the highest common factor on both the top and the bottom by that same number, then ultimately the fraction maintains the same value. So we end up with 4 to 5, which is the same as 4 divided by 5, and 4 divided by 5 is just equal to 0.8. Alright, if we're 0.8, then it's 0.8 centimeters. So 400 meters on our map is rewritten or is represented on the map as 0.8 centimeters. So 400 meters in real life, 0.8 centimeters in the map. Now let's do 2 kilometers. So 2 kilometers, remember we want it in centimeters. So 2 kilometers, we're going to convert to centimeters by first timesing it by 1,000. So we get 2,000 meters, and then timesing that further by another 100, and we will get a much larger sum of centimeters, but still the same idea, just add on the 2 zeros. Okay, so we get 200,000 centimeters. Alright, now that we've done that, we're going to take the 200,000, we're going to divide it by our scale factor of 50,000. Okay, so we can cancel out a lot of these, and we're left with 20 divided by 5, and 20 divided by 5 is 4. So 2 kilometers is represented on the map as 4 centimeters. And finally, C, we have a house plan. We have the 3.6 kilometers, which is equal to 3,600 meters, which is equal to 360,000 centimeters. Alright, same idea, we're just going to divide this over. Alright, now that we've done that, we're just going to cancel out, and we're left with 36 over 5. An easy way to do that is to convert this to an equivalent fraction, so it'll be 72 over 10, which is equal to 7.2 centimeters. Alright, let's look at 4. So for this one we have a scale of 1 to 100, and we're still looking for the scale distance, so we are still dividing, and we want our answers in millimeters. So start off by converting our value to millimeters, so 2.4 meters will be equal to 2,400 millimeters. So we take our value, divide it by 100, we're left with 24 millimeters. For B, we have 1.5 meters, which is equal to 1500 millimeters. Now, all we need to do is divide this by 100. And that will be equal to 15 millimeters. Finally, C, we have 4 meters, which will be equal to 4,000 millimeters. And 4,000 divided by our scale factor of 100 will just be equal to 40 millimeters. So for these, just remember, all you're doing is, if you're looking at a house plan, this 40 millimeters on the house plan, on the document, on the small piece of paper is equivalent to 4 meters in real life. Okay, that's it for this video. Hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.